My name is Adebo Alioditola. I'm the chairman of Elanvat Nigeria Limited. So today we're making history in Nigeria. We have investors who love Nigeria and have come. They're investing about $300 billion in various sectors of the economy. Aviation, infrastructure, oil and gas, mining, and name it. So why are they here? They're from Qatar. And they said to us, they said, before the World Cup in their country, investors were coming in, they were also investing. After the World Cup, there was nothing to invest in again. So the investments they had done over the years already has returns. They have a return on equity. So now they want to come to Nigeria, to Africa, and Nigeria is the latest bride. And I quote them, if you do not invest in Nigeria, between now and the next 10 years, you're locked out.
And for the international community coming at this time, it shows that the government is doing something right. And opportunities are being created for the benefit of mankind.
We Future Union International Company. We have 10 branches in Africa and Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman. We under umbrella 60 companies for all sector. Already chairman Sheikh Abdul Rahman Al Khan from Qatar.
Nigeria, under the patronage of Her Excellency and the Prince Kazim. Thank you very much for your kind hospitality, and hopefully very soon we will do a huge collaboration in your country.
A lot of opportunities like extending for airports, set up airlines, infrastructure, gas, construction, cities. There is a lot of opportunities to do. So investment, it is here.
Okay, so for the very first time in a long while, we're having investors, foreign investors, buying into Nigeria economy. They now feel safe now to play in our economy. If you've been following, before this administration came on board, Nigeria reputation when it comes to foreign investment is, comme ci, comme ça. Especially when you look at their inability to repatriate their funds back.
This one shocked everybody. The headline loud across Nigeria, breaking news. Qatari Royal Family pledges $300 billion investment in Nigeria. That number alone sounds like something from a movie, right? But no, it's making waves right now, and everyone is talking about it, from the streets to social media to top government offices. Now the big question on every Nigerian's lips is simple: will this promise finally bring change, or will it go the same way as others before it? Please, before we dive deep into this gist, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because we are about to break this down in a very simple and enjoyable way that everyone can understand. So here's the full gist. The Qatari Royal Family, yes, the same people controlling one of the richest economies in the world, have reportedly pledged to invest $300 billion in Nigeria's economy over the next decade. They say the money will go into key sectors like infrastructure, oil and gas, agriculture, aviation, and energy. In other words, this investment could change the face of the country completely if handled properly. Now imagine that, $300 billion. That's almost enough to rebuild the entire Nigerian economy from scratch. But the truth is, Nigerians have heard many promises like this before, and that's why some people are celebrating while others are very skeptical. Because you and I know that sometimes these big announcements sound sweet at first, but later, everything becomes quiet, no follow-up, no progress, just silence. But this time, it looks like the Qatari team really means business. According to reports, a high-level delegation led by a top Qatari royal visited Nigeria recently. They met with government officials, they toured possible investment areas, and they said they are ready to partner with Nigeria for long-term development. They claim this move is a vote of confidence in Nigeria's growth potential and in the country's current leadership. Now, let's talk about why this is a big deal. First, if this investment actually happens, it will be one of the largest foreign investments ever made in Africa, not just in Nigeria. We are talking about a sum that could change lives if used correctly. It could mean more jobs for young people, better roads, steady power supply, cleaner energy, improved farming, and stronger industries. But, and this is the important part, Nigerians are not fools anymore. People are already asking the right questions. Who will manage this money? Where will the money go? What kind of projects will it fund? Will there be transparency this time? Because we've seen this movie before. Big promises, photo ops, foreign investors shaking hands with politicians, then years later, no project, no progress, and no accountability. Please, if you're watching right now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this $300 billion promise will actually change Nigeria? Drop your opinion in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so we can keep bringing you honest updates about stories like this. Now, here's something interesting. When the news broke, social media went crazy. Nigerians flooded X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok with mixed reactions. Some people were excited, saying, "Finally, this will boost our economy." Others were sarcastic, asking, $300 billion. Are they building another Dubai here? And a few people didn't waste time throwing shade, saying, they better not embezzle this one too. That last comment is what many are thinking quietly. The truth is, Nigeria's history with big financial promises has not been encouraging. We've had multi-billion-dollar loans, grants, and foreign partnerships that were supposed to create jobs or fix infrastructure, but somehow, the results never matched the announcements. That's why this time around, people want clear evidence, not just pledges. Now, let's be fair, not everything about this news is negative. There's actually some hope here. The Qataris have a strong track record of investing in development projects across the world, from Europe to Asia and even other parts of Africa. They've funded airports, real estate, energy plants, and hospitals. So if this partnership is structured properly, it could be a game changer for Nigeria. Let's imagine what this money could do. With $300 billion, Nigeria could fix all major highways and build new ones linking key states. Revive refineries and end fuel importation. Invest in renewable energy to provide stable electricity. Modernize the agricultural sector and make it export-driven. Build better hospitals, schools, and digital infrastructure. Sounds beautiful, right? But the problem is always in the management. That's why many Nigerians are saying, we want transparency. If the government wants people to believe in this project, then they must publish every single agreement, contract, and timeline publicly. People want to know who is handling what. Because, let's be honest, $300 billion is not small money. Even Qatar itself, with all its wealth, will want to make sure it's not throwing money into a system that lacks accountability. So this deal will come with a lot of monitoring and international oversight, and that's actually a good thing. But here's something deeper. Could this move by Qatar also be political? Some analysts think it might be part of a global strategy. Qatar has been trying to strengthen ties with African nations, and Nigeria is a key player in the region. By investing heavily, they get influence, access to resources, and a stronger partnership for trade and energy deals. However, others believe this could also be a test to see if Nigeria's current leadership can handle massive investments responsibly. So, in a way, this is not just a financial promise, it's a test of trust and governance. Let me pause here and ask, do you trust the Nigerian system to manage $300 billion without mismanagement? Be honest, drop your answer in the comments. And please, if you haven't yet, like this video and subscribe. It helps a lot and keeps this kind of honest discussion going. Now, back to the gist. The government, of course, has welcomed the pledge with open arms. Officials say it's proof that their reforms are working, that foreign investors now see Nigeria as stable and promising. Some ministers even said this investment will create millions of jobs and boost infrastructure. But some critics are already warning, don't celebrate yet. They want Nigerians to focus on the fine print, because not every investment means free money. Some of these pledges are loans or partnerships that must be repaid or come with strict conditions. And if Nigeria is not careful, this could lead to new forms of debt or economic dependency. That's why experts are calling for strong legal frameworks before any deal is signed. There must be contracts that protect Nigeria's interest, ensure accountability, and prevent corruption. If that happens, then yes, this deal could really bring progress. Now, one more angle, the public perception. Many Nigerians are asking, why do we need foreigners to fix what we can fix ourselves? That's a fair question. Nigeria is rich in resources, talent, and creativity. The country has what it takes to grow, but years of mismanagement have held it back. So maybe, this Qatari pledge should not only be about money, it should also push Nigeria to reform its systems, strengthen institutions, and empower local industries. Imagine if this money actually reached farmers, entrepreneurs, and local communities, not just big corporations or politicians. Imagine what could happen if accountability became a culture, not a slogan. That's the kind of vision Nigerians want to see attached to this deal. So as this story unfolds, we must all keep watching. Where will this money really go? Who will manage it? What's the government's plan? Please, my people, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe this investment will truly help Nigeria, or do you think it's just another headline to distract the public? And don't forget to like this video right now and subscribe if you enjoy hearing balanced and real updates like this. It keeps us growing and helps more people join the conversation. Now, let's continue with what's actually being discussed behind the scenes. Reports suggest that Qatar is interested in areas like energy, infrastructure, agriculture, and technology. Imagine if just a fraction of that $300 billion goes into building new refineries, modern highways, or even renewable energy projects. That could change a lot. Jobs would open up, power supply could improve, and Nigeria's image globally would rise again. But again, many experts are cautioning, saying Nigeria must handle this deal transparently. Because if corruption steps in, that kind of money can vanish without a trace. We've seen it happen before. So, it's not about how much is pledged, it's about how it's managed. Now, think about this, what will happen if this deal truly works out? It could bring in investors from other parts of the world who've been sitting on the fence. When one country invests big, others follow. That could trigger a whole new wave of economic growth. But it all depends on one thing, accountability. The Qatari Royal Family, according to early talks, is said to be insisting on strong monitoring and transparency before they release funds. They don't want their money wasted. And honestly, that's fair. Every investor wants to see results. Nigeria needs to show that things have changed, that the days of waste are over. Now, let's look at what Nigerians online are saying. Some people are celebrating, calling it a fresh breath of hope. Others are saying, we'll believe it when we see it. And you can't blame them. Years of unfulfilled promises have made people cautious. And there's another angle, some are questioning why Qatar. What's their interest? Is it just business or something strategic? Remember, countries like China and the UAE have done similar deals, and sometimes, they end up controlling key sectors. So, Nigeria must tread carefully. We want investment, yes, but not at the cost of national control. Please, tell me in the comments what you think about this. Do you feel it's a genuine opportunity or just another political play? I really want to know your take. And again, please click that like button if you haven't already. It helps this news reach more people. And don't forget to subscribe for daily updates that make sense and connect you with the truth. Now, back to the Senate and the presidency. Insiders say the Qatari proposal came after months of quiet negotiation. The presidency reportedly sees it as a big win, a sign that international partners still have faith in Nigeria. Some ministers have already started preparing plans for sectors that could benefit, like energy, transportation, and housing. But here's something that's making people talk. $300 billion is not a small figure. It's actually more than Nigeria's entire yearly budget for several years combined. So the question remains, will this deal go through smoothly, or will it become another political story that fades with time? In the end, this deal could either be one of the greatest opportunities Nigeria has ever had, or it could become one of the biggest disappointments if mismanaged. So, as Nigerians, all we can do is stay alert, follow the updates, and hold leaders accountable. So, as this news about Qatar's $300 billion pledge keeps spreading, many financial experts are saying this could be the biggest foreign investment commitment Nigeria has ever received in its history. Imagine that kind of money being used wisely. Nigeria could literally rebuild its economy from the ground up. But you know, the main fear is always management. Let's picture it together. If the government channels this investment properly, we could see a complete transformation. Think of modern trains linking all major cities, stable electricity, more industries opening up, and millions of Nigerians finally getting real employment. Even our schools and hospitals could be upgraded to international standards. That's what this kind of capital can do if used well. But the concern many people are voicing is, who will oversee this money? Because without transparency, it might just end up like so many promises we've had before. This is why citizens must stay alert and keep asking questions. Every dollar, every project, every signature needs to be tracked. And honestly, it's not negativity, it's accountability. Some analysts believe Qatar's move could also inspire other countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE to invest heavily in Nigeria too. You know how it works. Once one major player steps in confidently, others follow. So, this might be a door-opening opportunity for our economy if handled the right way. Now, another interesting side to this gist is the timing. It's coming when Nigeria is facing inflation, a weak currency, and a lot of public frustration. So, this announcement gives people a bit of hope. But again, the government must not misuse that hope. They have to back it up with real action. There's also talk that some of the Qatari funds might be directed toward renewable energy and agriculture. If that happens, it could help reduce Nigeria's overdependence on imported food and fuel. Just imagine seeing our farmers supported with modern equipment, and local industries producing enough to even export. That's a dream we can all share. But my people, here's where we need to stay wise. When big investments like this come in, there's always a risk of internal struggle. You know how some officials start fighting for control of the funds. So, we must watch out for that too. The success of this deal will depend on unity and focus, not politics, not greed.